Good morning everyone, and if you haven't noticed behind me, I've already torn my dressing room to shreds. This is the thing, because my dressing room is also technically like my office and like my workspace, because a lot of the time the girls will be down in the office, but I will be up here working. And so this place gets a lot of use and a lot of traffic, and sometimes it can very easily just get a little bit carried away in here. But I'm doing something really fun this morning, and I think that's why I've kind of torn the place to shreds. I'm going to tidy it all up, but I've just had my, February collection meeting, which obviously I start working on things for my collections with Karen Millen really like far in advance. And so I've sat down with the design team this morning. I've basically started planning all of the areas which we focus on. So we look at what's like forecast at that time, and I can easily go through like the presentations and I'm like, that's not for me, that's not for me, that's not for me, that's not for me. And we sort of focus on the areas. For me, it's always like cleanliness, timelessness, with a little bit of drama thrown into it. Sometimes some romance as well. And basically then I go through pieces from my own wardrobe and I pick out the details and the some elements of the pieces that I love and that I would like to incorporate into my own designs. And that's what I'm currently doing in here. So I'm pulling out pieces. I basically write onto sticky notes like, I really like this seaming. So I pick out design details that I'm like, I definitely think that we can do this in this way, in a slightly better way, and then it develops into a discussion and we come up with the pieces together. And this is one of my most favorite bits, because a lot of the time I think that I don't know design terminology, and this is all very much like I'm learning, but I come alive in these meetings and I feel just so inspired. So for me to be able to go through and basically show what it is that I mean. So when I say, oh, you know, I want a bit of smocking here or whatever, or that dress doesn't need to be in contrast, we need to make sure that it's all monochrome or whatever, I can then go through and show them exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So at the moment I am pulling styles and doing my sticky notes for items to be sent to them. We've already started sketching, and it's just a bit of a process. And so it's a busy day today basically. So I'm gonna get cracking on going through the pieces from my wardrobe, whether it's just like a weight of a fabric, like, you know, when you pick up a really beautiful fabric and you're like, oh, what could we do with this? Or whether it's like a plissé of a fabric or a certain cutwork or a scallop or things like that. For me, it's much easier for me to be like, this is why I like this particular detail, and this is where I think in my designs we can incorporate this to really add that romantic element or that nautical element or that classic summer element. You know, all of those elements that you see in a design that you know that that's for the summer season, or you know that that's for the winter season, and it all kind of makes sense. So that's what I'm currently doing in my dressing room this morning. So these are just two pieces that I've started adding some notes to that I love. So basically for me, this was the drama in the sleeves of this particular piece, and also the colour. I really liked this earthy natural green tone. So these are things that I would note down and just say like, this is the level of drama that we want to be aiming for in a sleeve, in my opinion. This one is a Manning Cartel blouse that I picked up in Australia. This for me was the fabric, because it's this kind of plissé but really delicate romantic flower, but also I've always loved this seaming, this beautiful ruffle. It's just very, very romantic, isn't it? That's the one thing I would describe this blouse. So these are all notes that I'm making, then I pin them on and they're shipped off to the design team, so that we're just minimizing how much we each have to like get into the office. We do things like this that really, really help with streamlining the process, and just little touches like that I think, oh, I don't see that very often, and I'd really love to have that romance. I know that there was like, I think it was a Balmain dress not long ago that had really big ruffles down the sleeves, and I think think House of CB did a couple of versions of it as well. But the ruffles were always too big because you don't want to add it on the silhouette. You never want to see these ruffles on a silhouette because then it adds size to the silhouette, which I personally don't think looks good. So it's all about getting these kind of details in the right spot so that they're flattering and add the vibe that you want. So these are just 2 pieces. I've got some other bits there to go through. I shoved my washing in that cupboard, which definitely needs to be sorted out. So that is the plan of action for today. I am doing a little bit of autumn planning and shopping at the moment. So I thought that I would show you some of the pieces that I have been ordering for autumn. I'm having a really bad hair day as well, so I'm going to do my best not to fluff it up, but I don't know what's wrong with it. I was like looking on the design meeting, I was like, oh, why does it look like I'm wearing a helmet? You know, like Lego hair. And it just need to zhuzh it up a bit. Sorry guys, I had to put arnica on my scalp last night because I had my hair done the other day and I had my Olaplex treatment, and so every time afterwards I do a little bit of arnica just to let it calm down. But basically it's all about autumn at the moment because today it is freezing. So I'm planning anything that I think that my wardrobe needs, and then tomorrow I'm doing a little bit of shopping as well. So I'm going to take you guys with me to Bicester because we have a very, very exciting day shopping in Bicester. Whenever I go shopping at Bicester Village, I pick up like key pieces. Like I found that Todd's coat last year and it was absolutely incredible. So I'm just going for sort of like some winter essentials, maybe some nice scarves and things like that. But we're just going to have a bit of a look. I've also been sorting out my underwear drawers. Underwear for me at this time of year when it starts getting colder is really important because I'm a many layers kind of girl, but I don't want to compromise on like the luxuriousness of my underwear and my layers. I don't want it to feel frumpy. I don't want to feel, you know, any type of way. I still want to feel quite sexy. I still want the quality and I want the craftsmanship. And so I was going through my underwear drawer in my last video and I basically went through and I was like, right, these are the areas that I needed to add more underwear into, like in terms of really nice camis and vests and things like that. And I placed a very, very large Intimissimi order. You know, I have been an ambassador for Intimissimi now. I think this is my third year? It's got to be going into my 3rd year. Yes. Yeah, because I remember my first year was when Winky went missing. So yeah, and I've done a huge order. I basically went through with a checklist. I knew exactly what I needed. I even ordered tights as well because all of my tights have holes in. They lasted so well. I had 5 pairs for the entire winter. They lasted so well. And then what I do is I cut them up and I use them as hair bobbles. I will usually use silk hair bobbles, but I run out of things and need them everywhere in the house. So having cut up pairs of tights is a way for me to reuse it when my tights go kind of like over the hill. So I ordered tights, I ordered all of my underwear and some lovely little bits. So I thought I would go through the boxes with you before we head shopping tomorrow because it's going to be such a lovely day. We're heading there with HERMES and I'm also popping in to see the designer exchange girls as well. I've popped a few items on hold. You can see that my hair it's just lost its volume because I put cream at my roots, so please ignore it. Anyway, I'm gonna get into these boxes with you. I'm not gonna try everything on because I have 5 boxes of underwear and bits and pieces. So I'll try on some of the best bits for you and I'll let you know what I think. But you're gonna see me wearing these and styling them up and just generally wearing them because this is the thing that I love about Intimissimi. Like they just have every item that you need to have a well-rounded basic wardrobe, and that is what I look for. I don't want to wear a dress and feel freezing because I don't have the right layers underneath or I don't have the right underwear. I could not resist these items because they had the most beautiful, rich, almost like mocha detail colours, very neutral, very autumnal, and straight away the lace on this, the Italian lace, is just second to none. And I love that they're comfortable, they look beautiful, and they layer so well under all of the items in my wardrobe. So I went for this bra, which I actually think is such a great little hybrid of a triangle bra and with a little bit more like support. And this colour, I just can't get over this colour, but this does have wire, this one. So this is the one that I would wear when I need a little bit more support. It's not often that I wear wire, but I actually couldn't resist that particular bra. And this one is a bit more of like a bralette, and bralettes are something that I am finding I need so much more, especially with all of the shirts that I wear. There is something about the middle button on a shirt. It doesn't look right done up, but I don't want to have everything on show. I know that people like to always remind me of my youth when I first started vlogging and I would like have everything out, but people change and I like to have little bralettes under my shirts just so that I'm not, you know, with everything out. Again, this one is wired, so I'm gonna have a little bit more support, but there's no padding to this one. And of course it comes as a complete set. So these stunning briefs that have almost like a lace detail around the cheeks. We've also got the thong, which I tend to usually go for sort of like a thong like this. Little bit of lace in the front, beautiful in the back, and it's really, that's the one thing about Intimissimi pieces, they're always really soft. And then we've got the exact same set but in the black. Black I wear so much during this season, so it's really great to have the right lingerie to go underneath. So again, we've got the hybrid of the triangle and the it's kind of like a hybrid of a triangle and a balconette bra. So we've got that one, which also comes in the completely non-wired. Oh, this one is really beautiful. Oh wow, a beautiful lace triangle bra with a little bit of structure at the V there. Then we've got another little bralette, a black bralette, again really, really useful. And we have the thong, which we have in the other one as well, and we also have the briefs, so I can wear these whichever way I want. So if I was wearing a dress, I'd probably go for the fuller pant, and if I was wearing like jeans or jodhpurs or leggings, I'd go for the thong, basically. That's how I wear them. So those are two sets of like I like to get myself something that's, you know, just a little bit sexier at this time of year as well. I don't like to lose the love of lingerie at this time of year just because it gets cold, because, you know, I just, there's something about lingerie when you put it on and it feels wonderful. I feel wonderful. I always think that a good matching set of lingerie is like a good pair of heels and a good lipstick. So this is a completely wireless bra, but it has padding to it as well, so it gives a little bit more of a push up, a little bit more fullness if that is what you're looking for. It always makes me feel a little bit more secure at this time of the year when it gets a bit colder, because unfortunately there's lots of people in the world that like to point out when your nipples are on show. It's a weird thing that happens on the internet. I'm like, seriously? But anyway, a little bit of padding will usually disguise that if that's your thing. I got the non-underwire, but this, oh wow, look at this. I love that. That's going to be so comfortable and so beautiful. This is the kind of sexy bra that you can just sleep in because they are so, so comfortable. Then we've got all the eventualities. So we've got like the G-string, which I do like a G-string. I love the fact that all of their sets come with like a brief that's suitable for you as well. You don't have to be like a full brief person or a thong person or a G-string person. You can be whichever pant you want to be. And I would love to know, are you a pant? Are you a boy short? Are you a boxer brief? Are you a thong or a G-string person? I would love to know, let me know in the comments. Now, these are the things that I order in bulk. So these are your basics. Like, this is what you put on when, you know, you're not having a sexy day, but you want your underwear to be comfortable, seam-free. I use a lot of these on shoots and things like that, but also just day to day. So I've got the vests and things like that, and the camis that match these. So it's just a more practical, comfortable, useful at this time of year. And that's the one thing as well that I love about Intimissimi nude underwear, is that nude is obviously not one shade, and they do a number of different shades in their nude underwear. So I've got the slightly darker shade, then I've got the lighter shade as well, and then I also went for black, just because they are good basics. Guys, this box is me in a nutshell. If that doesn't scream comfort, I don't know what is. I basically ordered every single colour of their triangle bras. They do them in like a million different colours. So this is the sort of autumnal tan, rusty color. These are comfortable. Like, that's what I love, is they're comfortable, they look lovely, there's no padding, there's no underwire, but there is a little bit of cushioning. So again, no nipple comments if that bothers you, but it comes in so many different shades. We've got sage, we've got mauve, we've got all of the different nudes, we've got a little bit of pink in there, some merlot, and they all come, so underneath, they all come with matching briefs as well. So you've got the full set. So if you're like me and you like your underwear to match, you don't have to compromise on comfort and matching and looking nice and feeling nice, because I think it's such a huge part. Like, if you take fashion seriously, like I do, that makes me very happy. And again, I pimped my underwear, and look how beautiful that looks. So these are basically their autumnal hues of the season. So there's a wonderful set of sage. I'm going to put these straight into my pajama drawer downstairs. The most comfortable camis and shorts, and the most beautiful but timeless as well. That's why I wanted to stock up. I've got these in sort of the more ivory and spring colours. I wanted to get the autumnal ones as well. I go through pajamas like you would not believe. A different set every night. My pajamas are like a huge part of my sleep experience. I want to feel comfortable, I want to feel sexy, I want to feel nice, and that is encapsulated in the craftsmanship of Intimissimi products. That's why I love them so much. That's why I've worked with them so long. I think that they are the best. And for me, this is exactly what this gets me so excited. I don't think I'm alone in that, because I know what we're all like, but I love pajamas, and there is no better feeling than coming home after you've been out all day, putting on a fresh set of pajamas and getting into fresh sheets. The beautiful, like, it's almost like gold. I can now see why Hermes calls this colour gold, because it is, it's a real, it's gold. I love it. The cami, the matching cami to that set. You also have the most adorable nightie. Oh my god, you can wear this as a dress. I mean, obviously with a top underneath, but that is very, very cute. A berry colour, we have this beautiful blue, we've got your Merlot shade, which is just, how stunning is that shade? This is like the next autumnal version of their paisley print. You know, they did that sagey kind of paisley print last season, and I still wear them pretty much at least once or twice a week. And they did the cami set of this as well, but this is slightly different because these have almost like a boxer cami, a boxer short, sorry. And of course the signature Intimissimi pajama set, this sort of blush with the black piping. These are Intimissimi's 100% silk pajama sets, and these are basically like the creme de la creme of the Intimissimi craftsmanship, and I love them, absolutely love them. Also, I should mention that all of the shorts and cami sets are also 100% silk, so there is no compromise on the craftsmanship. They also come in shorts, by the way. This pair in particular, I have one other pair of, and I knew that I wanted to get more. Now, this is like my, you know those days when you don't feel like yourself, and you maybe don't want to put on something that's a bit slinky and sexy. You might want to put on something that's a bit more like a hug. Well, these are my hug pajamas. So they still have the sophistication of the Intimissimi silk pajamas, but these are like jersey. They're kind of like a jersey material, so they're just a little bit more like a hug. And that's the only way I can describe them. But you're not compromising on that Intimissimi design, basically. You've still got the piping, you've still got the sophistication, but you feel a little bit like, you know, when you want to have like a duvet day, these are the pajamas that I go for. And the final box, because I appreciate there is a lot in here, these are my layers basically, and can we just, again, the aesthetic appeal of that, just, oh, I love it. So I live in layers, and as the season progresses I layer up. So I'll start off in just underwear under my items, and then I'll have a vest and maybe even go to long sleeve. This particular material is their cashmere blend, and I also have their full sleeve version of these because they are so warm and so soft. Obviously it's not full cashmere because that would be, it'd be interesting if it was this thin. You want a very, very thin layer underneath so that you're not feeling like bulky, but you're still kept warm. And this is, oh, so soft, and it comes in the most beautiful autumnal hues. One day I will get that tattooed on my forehead. So that's the cami version. I also got a lot of these. These are a godsend. An absolute godsend. You just pop them underneath. The fabric is warm. Like, I don't know if you've ever had a cami that is like a slinky material, and it's just like putting something cold on. It doesn't keep you warm. This fabric has been chosen because it keeps you warmer and locks in a layer of heat underneath. And again, the nudes come in lots of different shades for skin tones and things like that, so you don't just have to go for one. But I did stock up, so I got the mauves, I got these more thick, kind of almost like a ballet nude shades, and obviously the terracotta kind of cashmere mixed one. So I will obviously have linked everything. A good thing to always check as well is I link everything that I love on my blog shop. So if ever you're wondering, oh, what video was it? What blog post was it? If you go to my blog shop, you can scroll through and you can even search things as well. Everything is searchable. So if you head over to my blog, you'll be able to find all of these items linked there. Obviously they're linked in the description box of this video, but in case you are like on the hunt for something and you've forgotten what video it was that I spoke about it in, you'll find them all on there. These are my basics, my essentials, and of course, I have a discount code. My discount code is Lydia30, and it will get you 100% off. No, I'm joking. Obviously, it gets you 30% off. With Lydia30, you can get it online now, and it's valid from this evening until the 8th of September. So you've got some time to think about things. Really take your time with your basket. Think about how many of the vests you'll need. Will you need like 7 to see you through the week, or would you need maybe 14 so that you can have them on rotation in the wash? I don't know, but for me, I like to have a selection so that I'm always warm and always comfortable. Anyway, I'm gonna now file these away in prep for tomorrow's shopping trip. I have a little bit more work to do as well today. I want to sit down and write some blog posts. So I am going to file these away and then set up shop at my kitchen table. We've got Bolly Moo Moo here today. So Porter is living his best life. He is, do you know what I've realised about him? He loves his mummy so much, but when he's got a new friend or someone else is new here, he ignores me. He's like, Mummy, I've got someone new to entertain me. I'm not interested in you. And then when they go and I leave him, he's like, Mum, where are you going? Why would you leave me? How could you do this to me? And I'm like, right, I remember that. I'm also I've like spent half the day just watching them playing on the lawn, so it makes me very happy. Today has been one of those days where everything just all the time disappears. This little sausage has had so much fun playing with his best friend Bolly that he's too tired for a walk. You're too tired for a walk, you need to have some din-dins. What a life, hey? What a life. So Porty has 2 beds, one here and one in the kitchen. This little nook under the stairs is by far his favourite. I beg your pardon? What is that little noise? Good morning everyone. It is 6 AM and I'm up getting ready to head to Vista Village today. I crashed yesterday evening, just got into bed and basically enjoyed my evening with Porter and Lumi in bed, which was really nice. I am now having my morning supplements, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, you might not know, but I spoke about these on my Instagram account. Basically, I've been taking all of these for about the last month and my skin has been incredible. I basically just reached the point where I was like, I know I need to take a probiotic, and I'm sick of like trying to swallow tablets that I just can't swallow. I know I need iron because I bruise so easily. obviously I'm growing my hair, but also I care about my like nails and stuff. And then obviously I struggle that time of the month, so I got myself a selection of gummies. These ones were actually sent to me. I have to be honest, like, I don't love the branding, so I've been trying it, and because the girls in the office basically told me that I have to, because they said that it's absolutely incredible, and it is incredible. So whether or not they're contacting people and just saying promote our product and they're actually letting them try it, they're incredible. But these together, I don't know whether it's just this one or whether it's the concoction of the 4. When I went away to Wales, I didn't take any of these with me, and I started getting spots on the second day that I was there. And I was like, maybe it's my vitamins. So I really paid attention when I got home, and I started taking them straight away. And my skin is crystal clear. I don't have a single spot. So one of these guys, I don't mind which one because I enjoy having 8 sweets in the morning, but one of these guys is making such a difference, and maybe it's them all together, but my skin and my hair have never ever been this incredible before. I'm obsessed. So I actually take them in a special order. The Evening Primrose Star Flower Oils is my least favourite. Tastes a bit fishy. Next is the Hairburst. It's not really got much flavour to it, and it's very, very chewy. Next up is the Iron Gummies. Has a little bit of a metallic aftertaste. And then my favourite, the probiotics. Absolute best. It's like starting your day with a little bag of penny sweets. Let me know if you remember penny sweets. Right, I'm in the car. And I am running a little bit late. I was going to meet Josie beforehand, but I'm probably not going to get to do that now. So we are going to be heading probably straight to the event with Elemis. Sorry, my mind is like not in it. We're going to be meeting Elemis, then I'm going in to see Designer Exchange. I think I've already mentioned that, and we're going to be having lunch with them. We're going to be checking out the new boutique, and basically we are going to get to explore the new Elemis boutique and do some shopping, have some lunch, chat to the girls, and just basically have a lovely day. I've not been to Vista in ages, so I'm going to get my postcode up. Blooming dogs everywhere. So we have arrived to the Vista Village apartment. I've never been here before. I think I've seen it on other people's vlogs and other people's Instagrams, and it's always looked so magical, but I've never got to experience it myself, and it is not disappointing. It is the perfect mix of like feminine, rustic elegance. It is so beautiful. So there's lots of like wood, of course, a fire crackling away, lots of wicker, but what I think I really love is these almost reclaimed wood walls, but it's teamed with a really delicate, almost mauvey pink, which just looks phenomenal. There's subtle touches of gold, as well as like cast iron details. I love mixing of hardwares. Obviously this table is the absolute dream. This to me is the dream, and it just is so beautiful. There's little dressing rooms that you can come and try things on, so I can show you my outfit. Dee-dee. Beautiful floor. This is just stunning. I love this like matte honed marble floor, is so stunning. And when I walked in, I have to show you this. I have absolutely fallen in love with these. So these are little dried flowers and leaves, and that is what I would love in my home. So beautiful. They've got 2 of them there, and it's just phenomenal. Such a beautiful space. But we have met the girls from Elemis, and I've just had the most wonderful hand and arm massage with the Frangipani oil rich moisturizer and mist, which I believe is exclusive to the boutique here at Vista. So I'm actually going to be buying those straight away. I was like, I need the body cream and I need the mist because it just smells like summer. So we are going to head out and do some shopping now, and we've got some places to head to, look around. I'm with Josie, so we're going to go and have a little bit of a shop, which is what you do best at Vista Village. So I'm really looking forward to this. First stop of the day is Chloe, and it could be a dangerous one. It also is looking very beautiful out here. All of these hydrangea Annabelles. First up, the store that I've never actually bought anything from, but fully intend to. Brunello Cucinelli. We have come into Smythson and I love their cards. I think they're so beautiful and they're always so tasteful. And you'll know I'm a big fan of their stationery. I had this notebook the other year and I'm tempted to get some more. I just love their notebooks. We are now rushing to Gucci because we've got an appointment at 12. So we're going to head in there. You've got about 10 minutes to get there for your appointment. So fingers crossed we make it. Next stop is Dior. Let's go and have a rummage. So we are in Dior and I am about to try on some pieces. You will recognize this from my floral bag that I purchased for my birthday a year or so ago. They have the jumper and they have the dress. This is 3,100 reduced to 1,550. And I have 2 more pieces coming as well. This is the jumper on, which I think is a far more practical purchase, but it is a bit more expensive as well. Oh, I really like it. I've got more to try on though. We have just finished off in Dior and I have 3 items on hold. I found the dress and the jumper in the print from my handbag that I have, and it's so beautiful. But there's another jumper as well, so I'm just going to decide. I'm going to go to Designer Exchange and then I'm going to make my final decision. Oh, are we going to go into Endless or?
Well, I think we're going to spend.
We're going to do that later. Okay, perfect. All right. Anywhere else? Where should we go next? I always love Ralph Lauren homeware stuff. They do such beautiful desk accessories. Is that a dog bowl?
Tortellini. Mummy, I deserve it.
Is that a dog bowl?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is a dog bowl, isn't it? Stop it. I'm gonna have to double check if they've got 2 of those. So Ralph Lauren purple label is always the most exciting, and it is absolutely, oh my gosh, look at this dress. Wow. We have just finished up having lunch and now we are going to head to the HERMES boutique and have a good old tour. Now I think you came with me when we went to Harrods as well, so it's going to be very interesting to see what they offer here at Vista, because apparently there's some exclusive products and also some little gift sets as well, which I think is going to be probably one of the things that people are going to love for Christmas and things like that. So I'm going to take you and show you the store now. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So this is in the new style of the HERMES boutiques. So you're going to see this particular style rolling out everywhere basically, and it is just so beautiful. So this is the oil rich body cream. This is what was used on my hands, and then they also do the Frangipani mist. I'm going to get both of these because they are absolutely incredible, but they have loads of amazing gifts and minis for travel, because we're all going to be traveling so much more. Little Christmas gifts. These are going to make such lovely stocking fillers. Oh wow, they do a hair and scalp mask in the same fragrance. I think I'm going to have to get that too. Oh stop it, this was not supposed to happen. So we've just finished up at the HERMES boutique and it was absolutely beautiful, and of course I spent a fortune. Picked up some top-ups and some things that I wanted to try. I'll show you them all when I get back, but you probably saw them in my basket anyway. We are now heading to Designer Exchange, where I've got a few items on hold that I want to look at. May not purchase anything. I've still got my Dior bits to make up my final mind on, But yes, we're gonna go see what they've got. We have arrived at the boutique. We're gonna go in and have a look. So we are inside the designer exchange store and I am so impressed. It is so busy, and this is really interesting because this is a concept that hasn't been done here before, so it's been really interesting to hear how well it's done. But we have brands such as Givenchy, Gucci, we've got HERMES, we have some very, very lovely Hermes bags here. We have a stunning kind of like oxblood 30 Birkin. Then we have another 30 Birkin there, which is more of like a turquoise with the palladium hardware. Then we have a 35 as well, and a very beautiful Kelly Lock little bracelet as well. We've got some Twillies, we've got some Chanel, and there's another cabinet over the other side as well. So this is one of the pieces that I have placed on hold. This gives me all of the vintage Fendi vibes. It's a cabin case. It's something I've been in the market for, but didn't want to buy brand new because I knew that, knowing me, I'd probably make a pig's ear of it. So I wanted to get something that was beautiful, but pre-loved. And I think this is absolutely perfect. And this is the matching document case that I put on hold as well. This I would use as a really lovely laptop case, but also for just documents and things like that. I just think it's absolutely beautiful to have a little matching set. That is absolutely beautiful. So I popped this one on hold as well to come and have a look at. I've got some serious decisions to make. Serious decisions. Oh my gosh. It's so hard. Now, apparently they have a very, very good selection of Hermes scarves, and this one is beautiful. This is like my thumbnail right here. Like, we found a bag.
We found love in a wonderful place.
Oh, it's so pretty. Imagine this with like flowers in it, everything. It's just
on the back of one of those vintage cars.
Yes. Oh my god.
With an Hermes scarf in our hair.
Yeah. So true. That is like the ultimate summer bag, isn't it?
Yeah. Spring summer collection.
Very special little bag.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
So,
oh.
so you know how you get the little raincoats that come with your bag?
Oh, it suits you.
The white stitching.
I feel like the queen of basket bags needs the basket bag.
I feel like an actual heart-eye emoji right now.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Wow.
This is stunning.
So we have made a decision, even though I think at least 200 of you sent me this Hermes bag online. It is so tempting. It really is. Oh my gosh. And this is in the Berenia leather as well. I will link this in the description box so you guys can see, but this is the same leather as my Birkin, which means that it's the most durable, but this also has the contrast stitching, and this is the most elegant summer bag I think I have ever seen. It is so stunning. This is just going to be too perfect in my dressing room. I love that it's already got the patina on the leather, and it just looks like it's had a life of its own. It's got the most beautiful blush pink interior, a mirror, so it's really versatile, but I think I'll be able to hide lots of my makeup bits in here and just make my dressing room a little bit tidier with this. It is absolutely stunning. So we have some more Chanel pieces in here, but I am about to try on this spectacular 25 Kelly. This is mainly just for sizing because I am interested in this particular size, but it is absolutely wonderful to see them in the flesh. So it's really strange to be able to shop Hermes, Chanel, Louis Vuitton here at Vista, but very exciting as well. And there's so many gorgeous pieces. We also have the crossbody straps. Here we've got a lovely like wash bag. I think Ali would love that. And this is a classic. This is such an icon. I actually had a Speedy on hold as well, but sadly it's sold quicker than I could have a look at it. But so many beautiful pieces. Oh, and we have a gorgeous fuchsia petite mal. We've got sunglasses, and there is also ready to wear. We've got some self-portraits, Saint Laurent, Balmain, Gucci, Prada. Josie just said that this is the kind of store that you have to come to every single time that you visit, because there's always going to be something new, something exciting to come and look at, and I think she's absolutely correct. So this is a very spectacular Kelly 25. So you can see it in relation to my 28. My 28 is a little bit bigger. This is definitely a much better size for wearing crossbody. And I was actually talking to Peony Lim about the size as well, and she said that this is one of her favorite sizes, and she actually sold her 28 for her 25. I actually think this is really lovely. I've just added this particular size to my wish list in store, but they have a beautiful one in the Chelsea store at the boutique there that is for sale, and it's in a taupe and it's absolutely beautiful. That was the one that I wanted to look at today, but this one is what I'm trying on for size until I can get into the boutique in Chelsea. But this is stunning. Oh my goodness. Well, we had a very successful trip to Designer Exchange. Oh, I'm trying to show you, but more successful for Miss Josephine, who popped her Hermes cherry and bought her
little cherry.
Little cherry.
But we have to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you always start somewhere, and then all of a sudden you're like me, and you're.
I'll have the saddle. I'll have the boots. I'll have the bag. Oh my god.
That was such a lovely experience, though. Very happy with our purchases. Also, we have to welcome Josie to the Jaguar Land Rover Club. This is the beast. The
His name
beast.
is Lancelot.
Lancelot, of course it is.
Landy.
Landy. Very, very snazzy. The matte black with the extra large wheels. I actually can't express how incredible it is sitting in this car. It is so high up. Look at it. Look,
Actually, ultra. It goes up and down.
but this is so lovely. What an absolute beast. I love it. If I look shiny, it is because I've just spritzed my face. Carrie is probably having a hernia because I have not been on my phone at all today, but what a wonderful day. Oh my gosh, I actually think this is my most successful BICESTER trip ever. Popping on my lipstick there because I feel like I needed a bit of a refresh. Definitely my most successful BICESTER trip to date. It took some definite restraint in Dior and in Designer Exchange. Wow, that store is absolutely incredible. Like, I just feel like there is always going to be something new and fresh and exciting to see there, and it's all of those brands that are they just give you butterflies. Like, really, really exciting. The girls in there were so wonderful and welcoming and just really friendly. I could have stood there and spoken to them for hours. So many incredible stories and just magicalness that I love about fashion, and especially that being my first experience of going into a like consignment store in that way, because it felt like going into the wardrobe of the most spectacular person in the world. There's Hermes, there's Chanel, there's Dior, there's all of the magical stuff, but like some of these items are vintage and have the most incredible stories, and they've all been worn and loved. Not all of them, some of them might be new as well, but the majority of them have been worn and loved and have their own life behind them, which is just quite magical. Anyway, I got a very, very, very wonderful piece, but I'm gonna get in the car, drive home now. Portolini has been on his own for about an hour, so I'm gonna get home, take him for a walk, because sadly, Carrie was supposed to be with him, bless her, but Bolly's got a bit of a poorly foot, so she's taken him to the vets. So I'm gonna rush home and get my Portoline, take him for a walk and end the day lovely. But I'm obviously gonna, excuse me, I had mac and cheese for lunch, so I'm like, oh, but it was so good. Honestly, the food at the Wolsey in Vista Village is so wonderful. I had the mac and cheese, best chips I have ever had. Hands down, they beat the Ritz chips, and I know that Carrie and I hold the Ritz chips in very high regard because of their fluff to crunch ratio. The Wolsey's chips are absolutely phenomenal. So yes, we are gonna head home now and head back to the little Fluffykins, which would be really nice. Okay, wasn't expecting to be talking to you so quickly, but funny story, I was just about to set off on my journey and my phone rings. Well, no, I'd actually just set off on my journey and realized I hadn't put my sat nav in, and Carrie phones me and I realized that you can't use your sat nav on this car if you're also on the phone. And so I've just been driving for the past 10 minutes whilst I've been on the phone to Carrie with no idea where I'm going. But because obviously she's my best friend and I don't want to cut her short, I've just driven and spoken to her and just let her talk. And now I actually don't know where I am. But you may hear the sound of the sat nav now. and it's one that I'm very, very happy to hear, because hopefully I can find my way home now. Oops. Home, James. Home, James. Hello, little baby boy. Hello, hello, little baby boy. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, my boy. Yes, yes, my boy. Yes, 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 little happy wee, a little happy wee. Come on, come on. Come on, here we go, here we go. You've been a very good boy. You showed me your toy. Good boy. Lummy? Where are you, my love? Where are you? Hello, Poppetini. You're so good. You're so good. Yes, my littles. Yes. Well, from glamorous shopping to dog walks, we made it back in time to take this little squidge for a walk. The fields sadly don't look particularly beautiful at this time of year. It's very barren, very sad. Just doesn't look that great, but my goodness, do I live for these walks. If I had known that these dog walks would give me such, like, it fills me up, like it fills up my cup to do these, and I never ever imagined that simple things like walking this little sprog would do that. Just the reason to get out and walk and the quiet. I mean, I love it. I wish Ali would come more, because I think that maybe he would learn to love it a little bit more, but for me, this is just living. This is one of those things that, obviously, if you've got a dog, it's free. This is luxury and this is free. And I feel like there are so many more things that I have a greater understanding of that mean luxury, that don't cost you anything anymore. And I say that having just filmed a very luxurious shopping trip, but I know that I've spoken about it in my hauls where I've said, you know, oh yeah, you know, these things don't make you happy. They don't. They're just little moments, aren't they? Excuse me, Porty, come. I don't even want to know what he's got. I'm going without you then. Bye. This is little black dog. Come on. Come on. These are the things in life that really fill you up. Handbags and things, they're just nice things to have, aren't they? They're just nice. And you might have a little bit of a thing for them, you might like to collect them or whatever, and they might give you a little bit of something to sort of strive for. But to get outside at night or in the evening really is where the magic happens for me. I've also realised that this Dewberry gilet has a very cool function. So it doesn't just have like one pocket or like two pockets either side. It actually has one zip pocket, and then in front of the zip pocket, so when you've got all of your valuables in one pocket, there's then another pocket that is fleece lined for where you put your hands. So it's really nice and warm. So pocket for the important things like keys and change and blah, blah, blah. And then pocket to keep your hand warm. That is a design win, if you ask me. Isn't it, Portolini? Yes! He's got the sniff of something. What can you smell, my boy? What can you smell? What are you tracking? I'm sure he's got his reasons, but when we go on walks, if he's off the lead, for the most part, he just wants to walk behind me. I think he probably thinks he's, I don't know, keeping watch of me, keeping an eye out, because he genuinely thinks that he needs to protect me. But the moment I put him on a lead and we go into the sheep field, watch, all of a sudden he's Billy Big Bollocks up the front, giving it the big one to all of the sheep, and definitely likes to think that he is the big I am sometimes. Can't think where he gets it from. Anyway, all of a sudden we have Porter, come. Come, that one's got horns. You don't want to mess with him. Or her. But all of a sudden, he's up the front like a little psycho sausage. Literally, all I can imagine is there's like heavy metal thrasher music in his head and he's just tearing in his mind. But we always keep Porter on a short lead. We are surrounded by farmland, and unfortunately there is no way that we can take him that doesn't cut across fields with sheep in, and in order for him to get his exercise this has to be done. But we always keep him on a short lead and he isn't allowed anywhere near the lambs. Come on, good boy.